good to be back with you. So let's talk about the trine or the sextile between the Sun and Saturn, since they function very, very similarly in the natal chart. The trine is a bit easier. It's a bit more effortless. We don't notice it at all. The sextile does tend to bring more opportunities. It asks a little something of us. So we do tend to notice that we have a penchant for earning what we want. If we work hard, we'll see rewards come to us. We tend to notice things a little bit more with sextiles than with trines. But both are like a part of our personality where two factors, two wants, two needs, two ways of being, they function so well together that we really don't notice it because there's no problem there. There's nothing to bring our attention to it. So easy aspects don't tend to build anything. They don't build character. They're just kind of the white noise or the background noise that the character building aspects of our personality are at the foreground of. So it'd be like, the easy aspects are like the background symphony, and then the hard aspects are like the instruments in the foreground that are really standing out and bringing our attention to them. So when we have the sextile of the trine between the Sun and Saturn, there's an easy relationship between who we want to be and how we want to be. So the Sun is the how and Saturn is the who. The Sun is our solar power, our vitality, how we want to have fun, our causeless happiness, our self-expression. It's our unique brand of us and our identity, how we want to be applauded and validated. And Saturn is how we will go about the action that we'll take as we go about making something of ourselves, as we achieve, as we go towards our goals. So Saturn is the expectation, and often that expectation was instilled in us from a very young age. So we have to look at it oftentimes and see, what is it that I'm working towards or trying to become? Is that something I really want to be? And with the sextile of the trine between the Sun and Saturn, they are not in argument with each other, the Sun and Saturn. There's actually a good relationship between the two. There's no conflict between these two factors within ourselves. So it's easier to bring our creativity to work with our long-term vision. So there's like a practical vehicle that we put that creativity into. So there is still a cautious side to the personality, as there is with all aspects between the Sun and Saturn, a more conservative side, not as pessimistic as the hard aspects, but we do tend to look at things within the boundaries of what is, what do we actually have the resources and time and energy for. So they do exercise quite a lot of caution in most things, but it's not as stodgy or as negative as the hard aspects between the Sun and Saturn. There is a lot of patience in the personality. That comes easy when it comes to the easy aspects between the Sun and Saturn. We tend to, see ourselves as someone who can wait for things, as someone who enjoys or understands delayed gratification. We can be a little stiff with the easy aspects, not as stiff as with the hard aspects. So we are learning to enjoy ourselves more. That's really the lesson in all the aspects between the Sun and Saturn. But again, generally, we're not going to even realize that stiffness or that conservatism is in there with these easy aspects because there's no problem. There's nothing to bring our attention to it. They do tend to, follow the rules and encourage other people to follow the rules as well because we want to do things by the book. And we don't really question that at all. with the easy aspects. It just makes sense because, see, the powers that be and the personal creativity, how I see me, those two things are not in disagreement. They're not in conflict with the hard aspects. So we generally don't feel that we are a problem with authority, or that we have a problem with authority. There's an agreement there. There's just a easy relationship between these two things. Patience, perseverance, stick-to-itiveness, grit, those are all givens when we have the easy aspects between the Sun and Saturn. We do still have the inferiority that will exist there, even with the easy aspects, but we don't tend to see the acting on that to exhaustion as we do with the hard aspects between Sun and Saturn. We don't tend to see heart attacks or overwork, suffering from digestive problems or exhaustion problems with the easy aspects like we do with the hard aspects. So there's more of an easygoingness with it, but still a rather mature expectation that somebody's going to be trying to live up to. So that need to prove ourselves is still there with the easy aspects, but generally it isn't something that is going to interfere with our relationships. It's just going to be easier to fulfill that self-image that we're really judging ourselves against. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on the internet at truthandaspectastrology.com and other social media, Truth and Aspect Astrology. I also have courses that I am offering currently. The Astrology 101 course. I just opened the second part of the 101 course, and also added a few more seats to the Synastry course, since that is super popular. So check me out over there, and these courses do fill up quickly, so I'd encourage you to sign up soon, and I will be back with more super cool videos.